Developed in the Western District of North Carolina, the Jury Evidence Recording System, or JERS, creates a way for electronic exhibits to be captured and displayed to the jury during deliberation. The JERS system is an easy-to-use system for both courtroom staff and the jurors. During a trial, the courtroom deputy can either capture exhibits as they're displayed or import the electronic exhibits from an external media device, such as USB flash drive or CD/DVD. Take a look at how JERS works, both during a trial and deliberation. Prior to the trial, the courtroom deputy should arrange to speak with counsel to explain that the JERS system will be used for this trial. The deputy should explain the required formatting and naming conventions that will work with the JERS system. Acceptable file types are PDF, WMA, MPEG, MP3, JPEG, or any other media file. On the first day of the trial, the deputy will open a case in JERS by entering the necessary information specific to the trial. Begin by entering in the case number, the courtroom, and the trial date. If the court chooses to have both identified and admitted exhibits entered into JERS, the deputy should mark this now. Identified exhibits are only to be kept for court records and will never be used for jury deliberation. For demonstration purposes, we will only capture admitted exhibits. Next, enter the case description. JERS is now ready for the trial to begin. All of this information will be saved for the duration of the trial. The courtroom deputy should always check the status of the recorder prior to court beginning. Click Recorder and Check Status to verify that everything is in working order. If the deputy has prepared counsel for JERS prior to court, most, if not all of the exhibits, will be available on the external media provided by counsel. Exhibits can be batch imported by clicking the Exhibits menu and selecting the Batch Import option. Next, choose from the list of providers and browse for the exhibit files location. After clicking the Retrieve button, you may import all or only selected exhibits from the list. If counsel supplied the exhibits in the correct format, JERS can import information including the exhibit number and description. After selecting the exhibit, changes and modifications can be made to the descriptions if needed. An incorrectly prepared import file by counsel will result in an error message to the courtroom deputy, and the import could fail to load. This and all error messages are written to the Windows Event Viewer. In addition to the batch import feature, you can still import individual files directly from an external media device. Not all exhibits can be prepared before court. When this happens, the exhibit can be captured during court proceedings. For example, if a witness testimony includes annotation, only the annotation and exhibit is captured, not the actual witness testimony. Counsel may not have provided the exhibit to the court beforehand. If there is a hard copy of a document, these can be placed on the document camera for a snapshot. These can also be captured during court. There may also be times when only a portion of the exhibit is actually admitted to court. JERS will allow the CRD to start and pause recordings. JERS will also allow a printout of the exhibit during court proceedings. Once the jury begins deliberation, exhibits must be approved before being released to the jury. JERS allows the courtroom deputy to review exhibits with the judge and counsel before they are released. There are options for disallowing certain activities, such as zooming on exhibits that contain pictures and allowing only audio or only video on some exhibits. Once everyone agrees on which exhibits the jury is allowed to view, the deputy will print the exhibit list and release the exhibits to the jury. The system allows the release of all exhibits at once or just a partial listing. If needed, jury instructions can also be made available to view directly from JERS. The jury now has control of the exhibits they may need. JERS is available on an easy-to-use touchscreen kiosk system, which can only access and run the JERS program, so there is no chance the jury will inadvertently or purposely go online. There is no keyboard or mouse on the computer. Everything is touchscreen only. Before deliberation begins, the deputy will quickly show the jury how the system works and have a juror to volunteer to control the system during deliberation. There is a short introduction video on how to use the JERS system on the main screen. Jurors can search for their desired exhibit, or they can scroll through the screens to find it. They select the button to view the chosen exhibit. The system is easy to use and is designed with the jurors in mind. They can review and discuss exhibits while still in the deliberation room. Videos are easy to control with stop, start, pause, rewind, and fast-forward buttons. If the exhibit is a photograph, they can zoom in or out if allowed. PDFs allow the jurors to go to the desired page by touching the page on the left side of the screen. Jurors can easily move between pages using their fingertips to navigate. For larger documents, they can search for a page number and go directly to that page. Once deliberation is over and the verdict has been returned, the information in JERS can be exported to a USB drive, CD, DVD, or network drive for court files. The trial can then be deleted from JERS by using the delete button on the opening screen. Once removed from JERS, the files are no longer available for viewing in the system. JERS files can also be automatically docketed to the case in ECF with a few simple steps. The courtroom deputy will click on Trials menu and select Create Log and Export. After making any final modifications to the exhibit information, the deputy then clicks on the Export to ECF button. This process may take several minutes, depending on the size of the exhibits. The trial judge restriction level is entered. Next, for criminal cases, the defendants are selected. After clicking Continue, the CRD can select which exhibits will be sent to ECF and determine who will have access to the exhibits prior to exporting to ECF. Once the files are transferred over and verified, the exhibits from JERS can be deleted. From the docket sheet, click on the exhibit docket entry. To view the exhibit list, click on the exhibit number. To view exhibits, click on the attachments. Since ECF only allows for PDF documents to be docketed, all exhibits are converted to PDF. If the original exhibit is a PDF, it will show up as normal. If the original is a JPEG, MPEG, WAV, or any other media file, it will be attached to the informational PDF. To view the attachments, you must click to open them. If you need additional information on how JERS can be used in your court, please contact the U.S. District Court for the Western District of North Carolina by emailing at jers@ncwd.uscourts.gov. You can also visit the JERS website at jers.ncwd.circ4.dcn.